address with a young team those maybe small disparities that kind of made the difference against again a bit like West Virginia?
Well, offensively, we got to execute better. It's one thing about executing against your team, and we just we got to play offensively more like we did yesterday, of course. But when teams try to take us out of stuff and are real physical with us, we can't allow that to happen, and that comes with experience and time. And getting in a fire like this, and today really exposed that part of it. And I talked to our guys about it. We could fight it or we could accept it and then get better from it. And we're going to get better from it. We got to become a better executing team and play better on the offensive end, and we will. And then we got to rebound better. We got enough of bodies to fly in there and get rebounds. Now against West Virginia, it's a little different. There's some disparities there, but. If we could rebound a little bit better today, you never know what it could have been at the end.
Lane, we'll go back to you.
Okay, thanks. Coach, kind of building off Wayne's question, does that really highlight when you guys go in knowing that you're going to come up short in one category? It highlights even more that how much concentration you got to have on the things that you do really, really well?
Yeah, no, exactly. The things that I think we're good at, sharing the ball and attacking defenses, we didn't do it consistently enough today. We had some good ones at the end where we kicked it out and then hit shots, and we didn't finish enough at the rim against their contact and their physicality. Those are things I think we're good at, but we got to get better at it to beat a team like West Virginia. The other side of it is we got to rebound better. I think we're going to improve defensively just because we're going to go through these battles, but we got to do a better job of finishing good defensive possessions with a one and done, and those are things we just got to work at. But you're right. I mean, when you play teams like this, it highlights things. There was some good things today. Our press was good today. Thought in transition when we got out, we made some good decisions. We got to do a better job of the things that that were highlighted that they exposed, and we will.
Question from Noah Fleischman.
Coach, you guys are young at point guard, so how would you, evaluate the play of Ace and Trey over the last couple of days with Trey's defense and Ace's passing and assists?
Yeah, I think both of those guys on the ball defensively really allows us to press and pressure the ball and really kill that clock when we're on the defensive end. I like that. Ace is learning on the fly. He had 7 assists yesterday, 6 today, two turnovers, I think, both days. So, those are numbers are pretty good. They'll get better and better, and he's continuing to learn. I need him to be more of an extension of a coach from me to the rest of the team, and he'll learn that. And I think Trey has been a positive spot for us. You saw some clips of him last year where he made plays for us, and he's doing that now with more time, and he can play multiple positions with Bones and with Ace, and I think that helps. And he's a guy that can give us a lot on both ends of the court.
Question from Cody Nesper.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned it, but what made the press so effective today?
To beat it off the dribble, so it gave us opportunities to go trap the ball. I thought we call it heating up the ball, one-on-one, guarding the ball, not allowing him to have free dribbles. I thought we had a couple travels that weren't called and some really good traps. We just got to continue to work on that. And we also had some really good traps and guys intercepting the next play, the next pass. And, that's just something we do. We got to continue to get better at. We switched some defenses up today, some presses up today. And I thought guys really executed that and helped us get back in the game and keep attacking, which is how we got to be.
We'll take a couple questions for our student athletes. We've got Nishan Hyland and Vince Williams. Wayne, question for either of those?
Yes, guys, I was wondering, we've seen a lot of different combinations lineup-wise already through the first 2 games. So I was wondering, where you guys at as far as maybe just playing with different guys? I feel like we've seen, these first couple of games, seems like sometimes as the game goes on, you guys kind of get more comfortable with each other, get more comfortable with the press. So, just where you guys at with, in live games, getting more comfortable with these lineups?
Can you repeat yourself?
About playing lineups. How do you feel about that?
Oh, okay. I feel good about it because everybody has their own little type of game, and Coach Rhoades mix us together, even in practice, so we come out strong. And it really doesn't kind of fall off if we bring in the bench players too. So we just mix each other in and we do good together.
And another question for Coach Rhoades too as well. I was wondering what has kept Jaron out the last couple of games?
Well, he's battled two knee injuries, and so he's been banged up a little bit, and he missed some practice time and all that stuff, and he's recovering. He hurt his left knee a while ago in preseason, and then not too long ago he hurt his right knee. So, his energy and his approach will definitely help us. And he's another guy you add to our army that can definitely help us, especially in the press and with his physicality for sure. So we got to get him healthy and back into the mix and all that stuff, which he will be pretty soon.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, players. Appreciate it. West Virginia will be up in 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Like this. For the test.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. We've got West Virginia at the press conference. In addition to Coach Huggins, we've got Derek Culver and Sean McNeil. Again, please mute your lines. Raise your hand using that function on Zoom if you have a question for either coach or the student athletes.
Hey, Paul, we got a question up here in the film room.
Okay, go ahead.
Coach, happy Thanksgiving first. What are your initial thoughts on tomorrow's matchup with Western Kentucky after watching them earlier today?
Well, as usual, they're very well coached. Rick does a great job of coaching them, and they've got a lot of experience. I think I think that's the thing that stands out about them. They've got 3 or 4 guys that have been 4 or 5 year guys, and they don't lose their poise. They run what he wants them to run extremely well.
And then, Derek, you had the first 8 points of the game today, finished with 23. Was there an emphasis on getting you going early, or did that just kind of happen naturally for you?
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear the question.
Yep. No, you had the first 8 points today, and you had 23, you finished with 23. Was there an emphasis to get you going early, or did that just happen naturally?
Yes, I feel like it was just happened naturally. I just wanted to play hard for my teammates. I tried to play hard on the defensive end, and the offensive end was just going to follow suit just because it's how hard I was playing. But it wasn't nothing like I was necessarily trying to get at, but I ended up getting there through playing hard. So I kind of feel like that was the main key with that situation.
Coach, Tom Savage again with the I'm just curious about their press. It seemed to really work, and you had a bit of a difficult time with it. You think it was just their physicality that kind of wore them down? They weren't able to keep that up that pace?
I honestly don't know the answer to that. You'd have to ask them. But I mean, we would have done, I think, a much better job had we had time to prepare. That's the neat thing about a tournament like this: 3 games in 3 days, 3 different styles of play, 3 different styles of coaching. I thought they did a great job. I liked their team last night, the way they played last night as well. We haven't worked on press breaker. We will obviously here soon, but we just been trying to get down the fundamentals, and we're still awfully young. I mean, you're talking about, I got 2 guys sitting here that both of them, if they want, have 2 more years of eligibility. So, we're not as quite as seasoned as maybe some of the other people are.
Any more questions from upstairs?
We're good, Paul. You can go to Zoom.
Okay, thank you. We'll start with Kevin Kinder.
Question for Derek. I know that your emphasis in the offseason was slowing down, playing with more pace, and it looked like that today and actually in the last two games. How does that feel, for you to see all that work pay off? And do you feel, like more comfortable, more in control when you're making moves?
Yes, sir. I honestly, I do. I feel like if I just take my time, get the ball in the post, quarter it, see what I have, and then if they're not going to double team me, I can work on my post moves. But if they are, I can kick it out to my teammates like Sean and Taz, who make open shots. But for the most part, I really feel like slowing down really has helped me a lot, and it makes me see the floor a lot better.
Thank you. Next question from Jake Klein.
Hey, Coach. Western Kentucky obviously has a great big in Charles Bassey. You have two great bigs as well, Derek and Oscar. How do you plan to sort of attack him in the next game tomorrow?
Well, I think they've got two really good bigs. I think their other big really kind of put the game away for them today, being able to post and score around the rim. We are what we are, we've obviously this is Derek's third year and Oscar's second year, but they know what they've got to do. And, and Derek's whole thing, and, I've been trying to get him to slow down. He gets just a little bit too big a hurry at times, but when he slows down, I think you saw how effective he can be. So we're just going to, I've done this long enough. You come to these things. I can't worry about all these teams in here. We did 4 scouts, and these guys had to go through it. We scouted 4 teams and didn't play any of them. So these things are kind of, you show up and you play. It's kind of like going to the playground and choosing sides and playing.
Next question from Justin Jackson.
Hey, Coach. Just kind of wondering, what did you see from your team tonight that was better than the other night? It seemed like maybe outside shooting was a little bit more controlled. Maybe offense was run a little bit more. Just kind of wondering what you saw in those areas.
Well, I thought we did a better job, I think, offensively, although we turned it over 21 times compared to 3 last night. We can't turn it over 21 times and continue to win. We've got to take better care of the ball. But I think that's just statistic that stands out. I thought we did a terrific job, particularly early on the glass. Derek kept balls alive and scored it close to kind of get us a 10-point lead before our perimeter guys kind of warmed up. And then when they started making shots, we were able to stretch the lead and kind of get a little bit more comfortable.
We'll take 2 more questions. Again, we've got, in addition to Coach Huggins, Derek Culver and Sean McNeil up at the table. We'll go to Greg Hunter.
So for Sean, you started out a little bit slow yesterday, hitting shots. Maybe last year you would not have kept shooting. So far this year, though, you keep going, and obviously today, though you equaled your 16 points, seemed like a more efficient effort. Is it confidence level? Where is it now for you?
Yeah, compared to last year, this summer was huge for me, playing open gyms, and even when we started practicing and getting things going. I know it hasn't really shown yet, but I've been a lot more consistent during practice but no, it's just confidence. I know I can do it. I know I can make shots. That's what Hugs brought me here to do. The only way to make shots is to shoot them. So.
Cool. And final question from Cody Nesper.
This is for Derek. Just Oscar hasn't had great offensive games these first 2, but when he's out there, does it still make it easier for you just because other teams can't focus on you as much?
Oh yes, sir, for sure. Oscar, is going to be a factor with regardless. You know, he still is going to demand respect in the post. You know, like if they can't really like double team me, and if they double team me, I have another person who does the same thing I do. I could just dish the ball off to him. And you know, Oscar, he's strong as an ox, so you know you really can't take the ball from him. So, like I said, yeah, Oscar's always going to be effective. If Oscar's in the game, he's going to find some way to contribute because he plays so hard.